What's happening, everybody? I'm Grandmaster. Welcome back to more Subsistence, and this is going to be probably one of the weirdest videos I've ever done in my life, because somehow my audio was turned off. This is going to actually be a voiceover, so it may not be as long as most Subsistence videos, but, I mean, there was still a lot of stuff I ended up doing in this. I was trying to check out power, because we put the solar panels up last time, so I came up, checked to see how much we got. It's so weird to have to do a voiceover. I've never done this before. So it's almost like a vlog. Not a vlog, but a freaking, I don't even know what it's called, podcast, because I'm just trying to do this over top. But yeah. So I was worried about hunters, especially given our last experience with hunters. I got shot not too far outside my house. And so I didn't know how prevalent the hunters were. I didn't know if the hunters were going to be in the same location they were at. So I'm like, well, let's go over and check. Because we definitely need to, make sure we have an idea, a concept of where exactly the hunters are. And I'm like, I got a whole lot of bullets. I got a bunch of pistol ammo. I got a bunch of, I felt like I had a bunch of rifle rounds. And then the arrows too. So I'm like, well, let's try to take out this wolf. Use that, and then just sit here and shoot him. Because why not? It's the best way to do it. And I mean, it worked. So, I needed more food. That fridge, I'm not worried about having an excess of food. I want an excess of food, because that just means that I'm, going to survive a lot longer. And then, just kind of keeping an eye out for hunters, because that's where I got killed last time, basically, was right there. I just got shot in the face. And so I didn't want to have the same thing happen. Just kind of got it and was like, alright, let's just keep moving on. Let's go check out the place that they were at before. Of course, grabbing any boxes we find along the way, because you got to get those boxes. And just hoping that, not going to die. That's basically the main goal of this is, A, figure out exactly how these hunters work. Because I just turned them on, the last time, so it's still all completely new to me. But something happened over there, which I'm still not even sure looking at it right now. Exactly what it was that happened. Like, it attacked something. I don't know if it attacked a person. It kind of looks like it by the shape of the thing on the ground, but then it just disappeared, so I never got to find out. Thought maybe it was a person and they dropped a bag, so I was like, well, let's take the wolf out. Give me more food. Yeah, look around, make sure there's no hunters on my butt. And, just get a little bit more food. See if I can go figure out what died there. Maybe it was a person gave me some stuff. Hope the other wolf doesn't come to murder me. But there was nothing there, so yeah, no. I don't remember fighting it. Did I fight it? I'm pretty sure I ran away. I did run away. It was still focusing on trying to make sure I knew what the hunters were up to. Something that's brand new. I don't know. So we just gotta deal with that. And my main goal today, though, is I wanted to try to work towards getting our food a little bit more settled. Because right now, I was like, last time I built a stove. Was it last time? I don't remember if it was last time, but I built the stove. And there's their base. Right there. So I didn't know what to expect. But I built the stove and we don't have the things. There's a campfire. I recorded this earlier in the day, and I've already forgotten some of it because I've been doing other things. But the campfire, you can see just ever so slightly there was a person that walked through the bushes. And I don't know how many people are generally at a camp. I assume it's 2. Like, they probably are 2 people at each camp. So you can kind of see them walking through the trees right there. Made me even more sketchy because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. He's got to have a buddy somewhere, right? He's got to have a buddy. I mean, maybe his buddy, maybe they just haven't respawned. I don't know if this is a respawn point for him. Like, if they'll always come back to this exact same spot every time I start the game. Or how that works. Like, if you know, let me know. Oh, it looks like there's an actual BCU on the wall. I never noticed that until just now. I think on the wall of their structure is an actual, like, one of those crafting places. Yeah, I was just searching the area for his buddy because I couldn't find it. I couldn't tell if his buddy was there or not. Figure I had the rifle rounds. I had no problem trying to take him out. And I got a headshot. Oh yeah, right off the bat. It was so amazing. So satisfying. It's like, boop, headshot. It gave me gears or something, which I don't think I've ever seen that before. But I don't know why I extinguished it. I should have left it going. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there's right there. It's right there on the wall. How did I not notice that? They got a freaking... So that must be. It must be just like their set base. They will always spawn there. And then it was like, alright, so my second thing that I needed to do is I needed to set out to try to find more ores. But I also wanted to see, again, when it comes to... Oh yeah, I don't have anything. I have the actual object I need to make. The pickaxe, and I don't have the pickaxe to get the ores, which was a shame. So I figured, let's try to craft this and then find some metal. Also explore the area trying to see if there was other camps of said hunters. Because I don't know how many camps there are. I don't know if there's like 50 camps out there, or if there's only just going to be the one that just continuously come at me from that one place. Because you know they're going to... At least I would expect retribution for popping that guy in the face. But I mean, if there's only one of them there, I mean, they're really going to have retribution. The dude's dead. He doesn't have a buddy to protect him. He doesn't have a buddy to come revenge. Because he's dead. And then there was the other person, I'm pretty sure, that got murdered by a wolf over there. Like, back on the beach. But yeah, it was just a matter of like trying to search the area. Try to find some metal on the ground. Try to find any other camps of any other sort of thing. And then try also to listen for any sort of critters that want to roll up on me, because you know how fun the wolves like to just dart their way up to me. After putting everything away and cooking up a lot of the food, which I find it... So personally, when it comes to making videos, I have to constantly move. If you don't move, nobody watches the videos. I mean, there'll be some people that will, and some people are like, oh, I wish you kept certain things in. I have to make sure that it's entertaining. It's just what I do. I mean, it's what I do, literally. And so, I trying to sit there and focus on the food when I'm cooking it up sometimes ends up, I end up failing, as you've seen in the past. Like the last video, I think I burnt everything I tried cooking. So I do end up, like, I do totally, like, lose track of that. That's what I was talking about for a good minute of this, too. Was just, it happens. Like, I have so many things that on my mind when I'm recording, like right now, where I just totally screwed up and didn't even get my audio. But I basically put the food in and I try walking away to take care of other things, to keep the stuff moving, and then I end up forgetting. But this time I kind of just stayed talking about that while I was focusing on cooking the food. Put a bunch in the fridge. The fridge is stocked, by the way. I don't know if you saw that when I looked in there, but it is stocked. And then I sat here, trying to see exactly what we should do. Like, I have a good amount of power. The power reserves and usage and compared to being used. Like, how much we're using compared to how much we're getting. Like, I want to figure out a better way to get that going. Like, there needs to be something that I can do. I need to figure out something to do for it. Because we need the power to make the extender. I want the extender, so I have a little bit more space, because there's always that blue space at the back of the base that shows that it's outside of the range. So if I put the extender up, technically I should be able to get over there. Shouldn't have a problem with that anymore, and it would be inside the power range. So maybe, just maybe, if I put the extender up, I can put stuff back there. But what I want to try to do is I really want to try to get the stuff for my stove so I can start cooking up the ribs right there. Like, if I can make those ribs, the amount of food would be so good, because I have 2 stacks of ribs in there. I think I can technically break it up into meat stacks, though. And then I'm, like, super on my toes. I don't trust this anymore with the hunters. I expect retaliation. But I figured, checking in here for food sources would probably be best. And I left a fish in there, because I'm wondering if maybe the fish in there will call bigger fish, or if it'll just stay in there perfectly fine. I don't know how that system works. Still, because it's new, we just got that last time. And so it's back out on the adventure. I have my pickaxe now, so I can actually start getting some of the ores, because we need copper, we need iron. iron is for, you know, the lockpick, but it's also for making the bars. It's also for making pretty much half of everything. And the copper, I didn't really think in the beginning, like I passed some by, I think, in the first few episodes. And I really regret that now because I didn't think it was going to be used that much. I was like, it's not used very much. And then I got that workbench and it's like, it's used for a lot. Like, to make the metal bars, we need more copper. So I set out trying to find A, more hunters, and B, getting over to the normal resource rock that we go to, which I couldn't remember for the life of me where it actually was. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's over there. And it's the one place that I go to all the time. And I forgot there's a map until literally just now. But yeah, it's the one place we go to all the time to get iron and copper and whatever other sort of resources we can find. But constantly on my toes anymore because of the hunters. And I know I was getting over near where their base was, so I didn't know, like I said, how quickly they respawn. So I'm like, well, let's get this real quick and then go over and just get the ores, even though I'm pretty sure I just saw now that there was a box back there. I don't know if I assume I didn't see that in the recording. I probably would have gone for it. But yeah, gotta get all the ores so we can continue the expansion progress. So when I left the rocks, I kind of just started going and exploring a bit more, and you can see I happened across another hunter. It was just like a little bit north of where the rocks were. I don't even know if it's necessarily north, a little bit further distance from where the rocks were. But I'm like, again, I have the ammo, but he saw me first. And it looks like they're like, you know, not quite as good. He had an arrow, and then he had a gun, and I was like, oh crap! And then the second guy had a gun and a helmet, and they were a lot more terrifying than I was expecting. So I got murdered because the wolf showed up too, and I was like, wait a second, there's a wolf here. The wolf should go get him. The wolf needs to fight for me, protect me. And so you can see he hit one person, and then it just kind of like, they used the tree to their advantage. And they killed it. And I'm like, alright, well, I gotta get back over there. I gotta get my stuff. I'm wondering, though, if the wolf causes bleed damage to them, too? Because if it causes bleed damage to them, there's a very real possibility that anybody and everybody... And I got lucky as crap, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. I was outside of my base. I didn't have a respawn. So it actually respawned me right next to my base, which is super good luck because it could have respawned me anywhere. And so it respawned me next to my base. Of course, I have this that I keep around for preparation of this exact thing. So whenever I get into trouble, I could just bust out my magnum and we can go out and deal with that problem. And then I'm always trying to make sure now to close the base door behind me. Ever since last time when they killed me, I like right out in front of it and started running towards the base. Because if they get inside, I don't know if they'll do anything in particular, but I know that if they get inside and I respawn, I'm in real trouble because how am I going to even get to a weapon before bad things happen? And that's another thing that I'm kind of wondering too that I don't want to have to deal with is what happens. Oh yeah, got too close to a wolf. Wasn't paying attention. I'm like, well, I gotta stop. I gotta stop and get it. I can't just let this go to waste. You know, I spent the ammo. I gotta get the goodies. A little bit of bloody hands. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's like, what do you do if you get killed and all your weapons are there? What do you do? How do you fight that? How do you go against them again? Because I mean, you don't have any weapons. If they're outside attacking your base, you're just screwed, aren't you? Is that what happens? I really don't know. But it's worrisome. So I went all sneaky. I grabbed all my stuff. And nothing. Like, it was just quiet. It was just completely quiet. I don't even know, like, what to make of it. It was just completely quiet. I expected them to be, you know, where they were. I figured maybe there'd be a wolf there or something. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, let's check the tree. Maybe the wolf killed them. Maybe they did bleed to death, and that's actually what ended up happening. And I mean, I guess it could be that when they get killed by a wild animal, they don't drop a bag because you didn't technically kill them. I feel like I would have gotten cheated, though, because I totally shot him at least a few times, you know. At least the one guy, he got shot a couple times. But nothing. Like, I didn't see anybody in the distance. I didn't see anybody in the woods. There was no sign that there was any hunters there at all. And given that I found out that you could get the ash from the fireplace of the one we took out, I am definitely keeping my eyes out for trying to find fireplaces, fire pits and stuff. Because the ability to go and steal that stuff from them, that ash is more gunpowder for me. It's more fertilizer for my plants. Like, that's awesome. And then, of course, you know, I'm like, oh wait, we got iron right here. Can't pass this up. Gotta get all the iron I could possibly get. I'm all about gathering that stuff now. In the beginning, I wasn't as much. Now I'm all about trying to get that. And then it's like, oh yeah, my hand's all bloody. I gotta get back. Gotta go wash my hands. I don't want to get infected. It's the last thing that I want to go do is get infected. But, you know, like usual, this has been me, like, head on a swivel. Head on a swivel all the time now. Like, don't ever want to freaking get murdered by any of the hunters. I don't know how often retaliations happen. And, I mean, I've caused a little bit of chaos today when it comes to the hunters. So I am... Yeah, this is basically my playstyle all the time now, is head on a swivel. Head on a constant swivel to make sure that I can try to survive. I think I heard something. That's why I flipped around. I'm like, I don't know about that. Then I remembered the chicken. The chicken hasn't been giving me any eggs. It's been like 2 days. The chicken hasn't given me any eggs. It's a letdown. I know I need to turn on free range, but it's still a letdown. Chicken's supposed to be giving me stuff. So I started working on biomass, started putting everything away. I just threw the meat in there. Like I said, you can see I'm getting my food stacked up. It's pretty nice. And, yeah, then I started trying to work on this, I think. I don't remember. I think I turned it off because of the power. Yeah, I didn't notice the power right away. I didn't see how low it was. I don't want my, you know, my, whatever it's called, the refrigerator. That's the word. I don't want my refrigerator to run out, because if my refrigerator runs out, then I'm in trouble. I mean, what am I going to do? That's where all my food's at. I guess the veggies won't go bad, but all that meat in there. It's amazing just to have the ability to walk over there and be like, oh, I need some protein. Don't have to go freaking search for one. Sorry. Don't have to go search for one. It's just right there. This is weird for me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be making videos like this most often. This is like the rare occasion that I'm making videos where I do a video over, like I do the recording over top of the video. I felt like there was just a lot of stuff I did in this one, so I don't want to just like throw it out. And at the same time, like, I didn't know how else to do this, so I figured I would just do the voiceover. I'm still using the same recording software, so I don't think my audio should be any real different. I don't think, being the key term here, it will be any different. Hopefully not. But I realized I need to start working on more bullets, given that I just spent a ridiculous amount of my bullets. Yeah, I was wondering if you could burn the pants, because I keep getting those pair of pants like every time I start, and there's just no point for them. But yeah, kind of just started going through the ammo, seeing exactly how much we had, realizing that it's all getting crazy low, getting concerned about retaliation. I just kind of like pop in and out of my door now. I mean, he literally was right there in the bushes and I couldn't see him the last time, so it's like a little worrisome. And kind of just set out again, seeing if I could find anything in particular. Pretty much just kind of made my way out, and almost immediately you could see off in the distance right there. Freaking moose. There's a moose just hanging out right there. So it's like, okay, of course. I see a moose, first thing that's going to happen is that's going down. We're taking out the moose because then I can get the sinew, which you need so much sinew. But, yeah, that was terrifying. Moose totally got me. Hey, I was not prepared. And I think it was about this moment in time that I also realized that I didn't have a respawn. Like, I never actually set the respawn back up. I just got lucky when I died that one time, and it was, like, right next to where my base was. So, yeah. I had to go back. Figure might as well put all the stuff away as well. And then, you know, get a respawn so I at least have a place to come back to if I do die. Like, it's nice to have that ability. But, of course, gotta put the stuff away. The sinew, though, I was happy if I remember right. Like, this sinew gave us 4, right? I believe? I honestly can't... No, this one was 3. This one gave us 3. And then, yep, it was rope time. Got a rope. So I was like, I kind of wanted to upgrade something today. That was kind of my main goal, I think. Besides, of course, taking down the hunters. And you gotta put, up, of course, the meat away, because I can't cook any of it, so... Why keep it on me? Put that away, get some food. Put all our meat, our fat in there to cook it all up. I didn't have anything specific to work on at that exact moment in time, so I was just like, well, let's just put it away. This is still weird for me, by the way. I actually had to take a break just because I was like, this is strange. This is almost like a podcast, I feel, or like a director's commentary on top of a movie. It's so strange to record over a previous video, like record the voice of it, because there was no audio in there. Normally, like I said, I think earlier, that I just tossed it out, but this one, I did so much stuff in it. I didn't want to toss it out. But yeah, I kind of just sat around in here for a minute, refilling up everything, trying to get some power, trying to get some mass, then making sure, you know, we weren't getting snuck up on, because that's the last thing that I wanted. And I've really regretted not having a window out front, because there's no way to see exactly out front unless I look out my door, and by that point, I could get shot in the face pretty quick. So, yeah, I again went out, just trying to see what we could see, and then I remembered how nice the sun looks. I like that update, like all the little light down there on the corner. Like, it really, the glare effect is so nice. I don't know why, but it's extremely satisfying to the eye. But yeah, just kind of kept looking. I was like, thought about going up to get a panther, but then I realized that I didn't have a whole lot of ammo. Wandering around, I did happen to come across a camp, and you can kind of see the person off in the distance right there. It's nice them having the, you know, they have the light too, so you just have this blue light. It's like, oh, this is good. But they like to run for cover, I realized. Like, I should probably start doing that more often. Running for cover, because holy crap. That's, yeah. Bit of a difference. And then I realized, oh crap. I'm bleeding. Use the bandage. We're good. Got some relatively good stuff from him. But, like the last time, I realized, it is well worth going up to their campfires, because their campfires have like so much ash in them and everything, and half the time they almost always have a bunny in it too. So it's like, hey, free food, thank you for the food. And then it's like, okay, it's nighttime, I'll be back in the morning, because yeah, it's dark as crap, and I just ran back home to basically work on some maintenance of just inventory and everything like that. While making more ammo, I happened to notice outside the window that off in the distance you can barely see it. Probably barely on the recording. Actually, it may come out better. I have no idea on YouTube, because it's just like that one little white light. It's so dark outside. But I realized, oh, you can see the campfire of another group of hunters out there. And I was like, ooh, okay. I turned this thing on at nighttime, and I realized I don't really want that on. It's wasting my power, plus technically just like that, it would be a sight for them to see, right? And I kind of freaked out thinking I had heard something hit my wall, but I'm pretty sure that it was just the sound of turning the light off, because it makes a weird sound when you turn that thing off. But yeah, that off in the distance was kind of nice, because I did know where the next place for me to go was in the morning. But at least for like the moment, it really didn't help me too much. And it's like, okay, so I guess I should probably start looking around a little bit more at nighttime, see about, you know, where people are, especially like this. You can see the blue of the actual person walking around using the light source. So it's interesting. But yeah, I don't even know exactly what it was I was talking about there. I think I wanted to upgrade my greenhouse is what I was saying. I was just checking for more lights, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go over there in the morning, because nighttime seems like a bad time to go over there. I thought about it for a second, and then I'm like, nope, I'm a wuss. I'm going back inside. It's too dark. I can't see. I'm scared. Go back in the morning. So come morning, I'm like, all right. I'm kind of like started watching what they were doing, exactly what the routine was. I had a bow and arrow, and I figured, people said this kills them pretty quick, so I was like, I'm just going to sit here and try to use this, see how well this goes. I don't think I saw the second person, if I remember right. Like, I saw the first person, but the second person was kind of unexpected. I was like, oh crap, more people than I thought. And they like to hide in the bushes too, I've noticed. It's not just hide behind a tree for cover. No, they like to hide in the bushes as well, which is terrible. And then, yeah, realized I ran out of ammo for that. I had a bow, but it's like, that was not a confident thing. I was not confident with the bow at all. Still managed to get him. Very happy about it. So, I mean, it was 2 people, but I'm like, oh god. I don't have any bandages on me. I'm gonna bleed to death. So I'm like, I gotta loot everything real quick. Try to get all the stuff I can. There was a bear, of course, right there. I was actually hoping was going to attack them the whole time. That never did, sadly. And then I'm just like, alright, I'm going to the fire. Going to the fire because I'm going to die. Just try to get all the stuff, all the supplies that I can get real quick. Because, you need so much ash that I figured they're putting wood in there. So, I don't know why I extinguish it every time either. It's just not really a need to, but yeah. And then I looked for my arrow, of course, to see if maybe there was an arrow that I'd missed or anything else on the ground. And just sat there, honestly, waiting to die. I thought that I was going to die, so I'm like, I'm just going to get as close as I can. Let's just get back. And then it stopped bleeding. I stopped bleeding and I survived. I was so happy about it. Because I actually thought I was going to die. It's like, dang it, this is like the one time that I actually forgot to bring a bandage with me. Thought I was doomed. But yeah, I figured take all these supplies back to the camp and see what we could do with them. After putting everything away, I kind of realized that there was nothing I could do with it. But I went out and just to get some more supplies, and I don't even know if I was talking for that part. Found another moose. And it's like all I had was 1 ammo for that, so I'm like, alright, I gotta make this moose angry. So hit it with that one. And it came running at me, and I'm like, alright, you know what? We're just gonna shoot it with the shotgun. But I missed! And I thought I was gonna die again. And then I realized that I am going to die. Because I forgot the bandage again. But I'm like, you know what? Nope. I'm not risking this moose disappearing. So, with the last amount of energy I had, the last blood in me that I still had, I basically got all the stuff from there, and it was like, I'm just gonna run back. Run back because it was right there. The base wasn't that far away. I'm just running back. And dying here to come get my stuff. Because, whatever. At least it's right there, and at least I have the respawn back in my bed. So, yeah, I ran out there to get all the supplies back. Of course, after buying, another respawn. Nice thing is this one actually gave me more, so I had an extra one left over. So I got 4 for that. I have so many antlers, but I was able to make another rope. So I figured with this rope, after we, of course, reorganize everything, because every time that I get murdered, I have to do that. But I figured that's 2 ropes, so we can definitely upgrade something. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to upgrade. I was kind of wanted to upgrade that one, but it takes the metal bars, and I don't have any of those. I don't think I had any of those. I may have had a couple. But I was trying to save my metal bars for that, because then I could start making the better foods and everything. But it was more like, I don't know. Figured maybe upgrading one of these would be better off. But it actually takes, I don't know, it just wasn't something that I wanted to do. Given how little we were already getting, I felt like that wasn't a good trade-off of what it takes. That, and that's also the factor, I think, just that it takes sinew, and I'd already used the sinew. And then crystal, which I've never even seen crystal. I have no idea where crystal is. I don't think I've seen that anywhere. So it's probably in a place I've just never visited yet. At least that's my guess. And then circuit boards, I realized it's like, I can make circuit boards. But again, it takes copper, and I don't think I had any copper. was my big problem. So, looking at it, circuit boards, yeah, it took more copper, and I just didn't have enough. I only had 3 copper, and it's 4 copper for 1. So that wasn't going to happen. And the fact that I skipped past copper so much. Like, I just kept leaving it out there. I wouldn't even get it at first, because I was like, there's nothing that uses copper. But, again, I figured, gotta look around. Make sure nobody's coming at me. And it was, like, I think I was mentioning here, too, like, at wintertime when the lake's frozen, are they going to attack me from the lake? Like, are they going to actually utilize that? Because that would be pretty crazy. Then it hit me, wait, the one thing that would probably help out the most. We could do upgrades on these. I mean, after putting the fertilizer in, of course. But yeah, I could do upgrades on these. Because then I could have the grow light, have the light all the time. And yeah, I was sold on that, because the faster we can get our food growth going, the faster things will be for us in the long run, and just the better off we'll be, really, is the main thing for me. So I figured this one would be the better one to put the grow light on because of its location. It doesn't actually get a lot of sun still compared to the other one. So I figured, how much does it take for power? For some reason, the turn on button, like a lot of things, just eludes me. I don't know if it's just because I have bad vision or what. I don't know. It's just I didn't even notice that. So that gives us more light there. I should have checked, and I didn't think about it. Check the other one next to it, because technically the light, it looked like it was flowing over to the other one. Maybe that would give us more. But power-wise, you could definitely notice a little bit more of a drain. My main thing is I don't want the fridge to run out of power. If the fridge runs out of power, then we're in trouble. But having that thing at 100%, I think it's going to be a massive help on the growth of everything. And I realized, yeah, let's just take some more ash out of there. Because I did use some of my ash to make gunpowder. Yeah, and then some more bullets. So we actually had everything going, because that was kind of, I feel like that's extremely important. But yeah, I was extremely happy with how this went down. Other than the fact that my mic wasn't in this, I pretty much ended it right here. I felt like we had done good. I mean, I took out a bunch of hunters, got the grow light going, and that right there was, that's going to be a massive help in the long run. Everything's going to grow much faster now, simply by having that. And then I realized there's the power, reduction or whatever. But I didn't have the supplies for that, so yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to end it here for now, I think. Because everything else is just too expensive, and I got to get a lot more stuff and go farming, and I felt like it was a good day. This is a shorter video than most, because simply I had to do this weird voiceover thing for me. I hope you guys don't dislike the video too much. I understand if you do, because it is weird. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video where hopefully this won't happen again.